Hey guys, welcome to another episode of War Machine Motovlogs. Well, today I want to talk about something that's been in the media a bit, and even myself, I have come across this, with the police. Okay, police are trying to tell us that helmet cameras are illegal, as well as tinted visors. There's been a number of people booked over the last couple of weeks for having helmet cameras on and for tinted visors. All under the auspices of Australian standards, which in my opinion, Australian standards are a bit of a joke. There's a company that is contracted for the Australian standards, and they have a massive monopoly on that. So they they charge the government X amount of dollars, and that money gets passed on to us as the consumer for our helmets. Right now I've got a Shoei helmet on. I think I paid about $800 for this helmet. If I was to get this helmet from overseas with the US DOT approval or ECE approval, this particular helmet would only cost about $500 or $600. All because I have a helmet with the Australian standard sticker on. It costs a lot more. Okay, so approximately 2 weekends ago, I was riding through Black Spur with a couple of my friends, just out on a nice little ride, nothing too special, and we got pulled over by a police officer. That's fine. He's just doing his job, doing license checks and all that sort of stuff. ABS traction controller off. What's going on there? That's weird. Do that. Looked at. Anyway. I'm riding along. Get pulled over by a police officer. Him just doing his job. That's fine. Doing license checks. And then he proceeds to tell me that having a helmet camera is illegal. Okay, fine, having a helmet camera is illegal, according to this police officer. I didn't even have it turned on at the time, so I can't show you any of the video. Now, since then, obviously he didn't book me. He gave me a warning, which I thought was okay, fine, give me a warning, no problem. But then, he proceeded to give me a lecture, pretty much, on what happened to, say, Michael Schumacher when he had his accident while he was skiing, and how his GoPro, contributed. I didn't want to argue with him, because what's the point? Just going to make him angry, and then he's going to look for other things to find me for. As I said, he let me off. Then, checking the media, it seems to be that there's a bit of a blitz going on at the moment in Victoria and New South Wales. So from, I think it was March this year, there was a guy that was done somewhere in Melbourne for having a helmet camera on. That case is currently before the courts. And as far as I know, it has been adjourned until February sometime. While the lawyers and all that gather their evidence, or something along those lines. Morris Blackburn lawyers have taken that case on, pro bono apparently. Good on them. But what it all boils down to is the Australian standards and how they are interpreted how the Australian standards are interpreted by the officers of the law. And it seems in our country there is a massive, wide-ranging interpretation of different laws. We're in Queensland. I was reading an article today. They reckon about 80% of Queensland motorcycle police officers are now utilising their own personal issued helmet cameras. I've also heard from other people in the motovlogging community that Perth or WA coppers are also using helmet cameras as well. Right, it helps them out in their job. Right, what makes their helmets any different to ours? Absolutely nothing. Right, yeah? I know in Queensland and Perth they're not actually booking people for helmet cameras, whereas in New South Wales and Victoria, yep, they're going hard at it. Right, I'm currently here in Victoria, so we'll see how this goes for me. Riding around with a helmet camera on still. Right, also, there was a person this past weekend, just gone, who was booked for having a tinted visor. Right, I'm currently riding with a tinted visor on. Right, this tinted visor was sold to me under the Shoei brand, right, in a Shoei packaging from a Shoei dealer. Right, in most of the Shoei advertising, right, that states Australian 1698 standard, right, they have pictures of helmets with tinted visors. I can see the point in not having a tinted visor at night, that's fine, right? You shouldn't be riding with a tinted visor at night, that's just dumb. During the day, right, on sunny days like this, having a tinted visor is just smart riding. If you're going to be out riding at night, right, take a clear visor with you. Right, yeah? That's all I'm going to say on that part. Booking people though for having tinted visors is just ridiculous. It's crazy. Right, it's just smart. Like, you can ride, apparently, according to interpretation of some police officers that I've read about, you can ride with a set of sunglasses on underneath your helmet. How is that safe? Sunglasses actually restrict your vision slightly compared to what a full-faced, full lens does, right? So, it'd be very interesting to see what happens with this case and how it goes, right? Because it will have far, and wide reaching effects for everybody. Right, everybody concerned. Right. And me being a member of the motovlogging community, right, my riding and gear and everything is out there for everybody to see. I've actually ridden around here before. At least there's no rocks on that road. Good. Right, it's nuts. Right, and it's wrong. For people to be getting booked for the tinted visors. Right, as for the helmet camera thing, right, Queensland police, what makes them any different to, well, people in Queensland, what makes them any different to people down here in Victoria? Our helmets all carry the same standard. Right, but that's another thing though, the standards from state to state, in the legislation, don't match up. Right, and if that legislation doesn't match up state from state, well, I could be riding in Victoria here and then cross the border at, say Albury-Wodonga area. As soon as I go into New South Wales, I could be non-compliant with their state laws. Right, we really need laws that are uniform across the country. I know I think it's January, there is a nationwide standards sort of thing happening. Alright, I know Queensland is looking at allowing other standards, such as the American DOT, European standards and all that sort of stuff. If they allow those other standards, that will be a step in the right direction. Alright, it seems that Australian standards are unnecessarily stringent compared to the rest of the world. Right, and I can't see how my showy helmet would be any different to an American standard helmet. Right, they're all made in the same factory. Thank you. Now, they're all made in the same factory, so yeah, they may have to do slightly different things. But I'm sure the US government is not going to put their people at any more of a danger with helmets compared to our government. So well done on Queensland, for a step in the right direction in regards to helmet standards. Always have a look when you go, ooh, here we go, there's a dirt road. I won't be riding down there. Anyway, guys, girls, that'll just about do it from me. Right, hopefully there is some sense that prevails in these cases to do with helmet cameras and to do with tinted visors and Australian standards altogether. Right, I know the federal government is looking at cutting red tape. Right, and this is a very good way of doing it. Cool. That'll about do it from me. Catch us later. War Machine Moto Vlogs out.